Hi there, and welcome to the iCasting Academy. My name is Kari, and I'll be your host for this course and series of educational and informative lessons. Let's start with a brief introduction to acting. To really understand acting nowadays, it's a good thing to learn something about the history, about the origin of acting. This won't instantly make you a better actor, but it will help you to put all different possibilities and methods of acting in a better perspective. It will help you to prepare on future jobs and might give you a better understanding of what a casting director of a specific job will ask from you. So, what can we say about the origin of acting? Did it even have a specific beginning? Over time, the art of acting evolved in many ways, and it still does. When we look at the history, we see that acting first emerged in Greece in the 6th century BC. It all started with the actor Thespis, who is regarded worldwide as the founder of the profession. Thespis was the first person ever to appear on stage playing a character instead of being himself. He pretended to be someone else. Early actors used masks to portray different characters. Mime was a way to convey the emotions of the characters they were playing. They used their body language because their face was hidden by the mask. The Greek philosopher Aristotle described acting as the right management of the voice to express various emotions. According to Aristotle, it is a natural talent, something innate that couldn't be taught. Now, we know that acting is not just about the voice. It contains the entire body to convey the message. And we also know that acting is something that can be taught. At least, we know that it's possible to improve your acting skills. And of course, passion, motivation, and serious preparation are key to success. But we are still talking about the history, right? So let's go back. Another name that we see in the history books is Dionysus, the god of wine and fertility. Greek drama began with festivals to honor Dionysus. These festivals were like parties with lots of booze, drunkenness, erotic activities, and plays. The Greek drama became very popular, and it was not all about the booze. This extreme way of honoring the god eventually slowly disappeared, but the ceremonies to honor Dionysus remained in a different way. It became a festival with competitions in music, singing, dancing, and poetry. A funny fact is that the Greek writers, often also the directors, didn't always think about staging the play that they had written. It often happened that there were more roles written than actors available, so actors had to change roles frequently during the play. Oh wow, it's just been such a great day, hasn't it been, Mom? Why, yes, I agree. Oh, what's that? It sounds like your father's home. Oh, Dad, that's awesome. Hello, everyone. I'm home, and I've brought the king with me. The king? No way. The king? Yes. Hello, everyone. Have you met our dog, Mr. King? That's Sir King. Have you met our dog, Sir King? No, I have not. Ruff. What's his name? Mr. King. Well, that's my name. I thought your name was Sir King. Cut the chit-chat. Whew, a tough job for those early actors. While drama became more and more popular, the Greeks created the first acting schools. And in Greek society, actors were highly respected. In the Middle Ages, 500 to 1500 AD, actors were usually paid for their efforts. A good thing, you would say. But the payment was not always equally distributed. Sometimes it was based on the amount of lines the actor would have to say, and sometimes it was based on the respectability of the character they were playing. This meant that an actor playing a rich man would often receive the highest salary, while another actor who's playing a poor farmer could count on a very slight payment, even though the role was much larger. In the years after, the Greek and Roman plays were studied by different scholars around the world. People wanted to stage them as well, of course, in their own way. So, in Florence in the 16th century, opera came up and it conquered mainly France and Germany. Also, improvisational theater became popular. No scripts were used for these performances, only a little scenario that outlined the basic plot. The actor improvised everything in between. A famous name in acting history that we haven't yet mentioned is, of course, William Shakespeare. You probably already know his name. He wrote poems, sonnets, and plays that are known all around the world. Every respectable theater group has something of Shakespeare within their repertoire. The early plays of Shakespeare were mainly historical and comedies, but at the end of the 16th century he wrote tragedies, for instance, Hamlet and Macbeth. During his living days, Shakespeare was known as a respected writer, but his plays were only raised to the current heights in the 19th century. Nowadays, the plays of Shakespeare are still an important part of acting. You might know the lines, "To be or not to be," a famous opening phrase of the nunnery scene in his play Hamlet. At drama schools, the students still learn about this legend and his plays. Theater evolved into an important part of society worldwide, and as you know, it is still evolving. In the late 1800s, a new phenomenon started to evolve into what became an even bigger industry: film. I want to tell you a little bit about the first movie ever made. Without that film, we might not know movies and television as we know them today. It is not so easy to define the first movie ever made, because what is a film? Is it just a moving picture, or is it a story that's captured on film? You'd probably choose the second option, because that's how you know film today. But in 1878, Edward Muybridge, a photographic pioneer, was commissioned by the former governor of California to find out through photography if a horse that is galloping keeps contact with the ground at all times. Through a complicated test set with 12 cameras and a fast horse, he got his answer. He found a way to put the 12 consecutive shots in succession and played them. That was the first film ever made. And what was the answer? Yes! A galloping horse is for a few milliseconds completely off the ground. Until then, drawings of the galloping horse were wrong. And the man who hired him, Leland Stanford, won this bet. Yes, film started off with a simple bet. The history of film as we know began a decade later in the 1890s with the invention of the first motion picture cameras and the establishment of the first film production companies. The films of the 1890s were seen mostly via temporary storefront spaces and traveling exhibitions. A film could be under a minute long and would usually present a single scene, everyday life, a public event, a sporting event, or slapstick comedy. There was little to no cinematic technique and usually no camera movement or any form of extensive acting. But the novelty of realistically moving photographs was enough for a motion picture industry. Filmmakers could record actors' performances, which then could be shown to audiences around the world. Fantasies could come to life, and a great new era for actors started, starting with film, and a few decades later, television. Now then, that was a little bit of history, and a lot of things out of the history of acting are still important today. So, be proactive, use Google, and practice some of the famous lines from one of the great plays of William Shakespeare. Or read the complete stories of some of the people or periods I told you about today. There are hundreds of inspiring stories about early actors and important moments in the history of acting. Understanding more about the origin of acting will definitely help you in the future. Hope you've liked this lesson, and thank you for watching, and see you soon.